Three, two, one. We are up. We are live. And today we have a special guest who has never been with us before, and a special guest who maybe you guys are tired of. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
All right. My name is Deb Klopp to the internet community. How's everybody doing?
Give us a little bit of your background in fighting games, Depp.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I started in MK9. You know, back in like middle school, man, I was playing, and then I stopped. I never played MKX because I got a laptop and started playing like PC games. So I stepped out for a little bit, but got back into MK11 when I picked up an Xbox. So,
Nice.
I've been playing MK11 for probably like 10 months. I'm a self proclaimed Scorpion expert, you know what I'm saying? So,
Proclaim it. Proclaim it to the world.
oh, of course, you know what I mean? You got to rep the Scorpion.
Have you ever done any competitive stuff before, or just trolling in my YouTube and Twitch is the extent?
Well, I would definitely say that most of my claim to fame is definitely trolling in your stream, but I've done a couple tournaments here and there. My first one was 4th of July of this year. Did the Nightmare series.
Oh wow, nice, nice. So you're
Yeah.
actually trying to get into the competitive aspect of it and not just be a laggy Wi-Fi scorpion in Combat League.
Yeah, I set up my Ethernet every now and then when things get competitive, but I just got a puppy, so he likes to chew everything up, man. So I can't have that cord running or he'll chew it up. So if I'm playing Combat League, unfortunately, I am gonna have to go with the wireless situation. But
Uh huh. Blame it on the dog,
yes, sir.
And then our other guest today, you guys know him, but go ahead and say hi to the people.
I'm Kabalsak. You already know me.
You already know. You already
Uh,
know. So let's start with Ultimate. We've had Ultimate for a little while now, and Kabalsak has been steady putting all the tech that he finds on Twitter. And DevClop, how are you feeling about Ultimate thus far?
Well, I think it was definitely much needed. I have yet to touch Rambo, honestly, but I play against him a lot because me and Julop play, and he's on Rambo. But I picked up Molina instantly, and that's who I have the most expertise with on the new characters. But yeah, I mean, the custom variations, shit's crazy. It's a whole different game. I mean,
So you
you know,
haven't done anything with Scorpion yet?
no, I definitely have. I made a couple variations with him, but to be honest with you, I've been playing with custom variations on Scorpion since before this came out. So, the Scorpion thing isn't that new to me. I was just going into casual with like my own variations just to fuck around before this all came out. So,
Oh, okay. And what kind of variations are you looking at with Scorpion so far? Have you found
the
anything
only
broken?
there is a lot
I
of
have.
there. Yeah, like that video that you sent, the other day. There's definitely some broken things with his fire breath, but that's kind of hard to pull off with the fireball enabled because the way the inputs work, if you're trying to go down one into the fire breath, it's got like the same input for the fireball. So if you know what I'm talking about, they're both down one.
Oh, so you get negative edge a lot if your
Yeah,
inputs
yeah,
aren't clean, because that yeah you'll hit back forward or whatever, and it'll give you the wrong move because of the negative edge on the button you're releasing. Maybe clean up your inputs. Maybe clean up your
yeah.
inputs.
I definitely my my main uh, custom variation I would say would be teleport cancel with the fire breath because the fire breath you can restand it at the end of your combo. If you do like the full combo and then end it with the chain amp and then like to finish out that combo when they're like in stun from the chain amp, you can just like neutral four into the fire breath. That'll leave them restood, and you can back to them, and that's guaranteed.
Well, I know most of those setups are corner only setups for like the guaranteed grab and stuff like that. But it is kind of cool that Scorpion has a better restand ender than just fucking stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you time it right, the grab is guaranteed mid screen too. It's just really fucking hard.
Well, because you have to dash to get the grab guaranteed, and that's kind of hard to measure because you don't know how long or how short to let the dash rock depending on the spacing. But I think because of the frame data and the plus that you get and the fact that it's a glitch, I think the grab is guaranteed mid screen. But you do have to dash in Cabal Sack?
Yes. Sonic Fox posted a 85% guaranteed combo with Scorpion. It was on the Souls map, like the one where you have interactables to throw in, it relaunches. That's the one. He got a 85% combo, I believe.
Yeah, but
Dang.
those combos, man, that's like combo video fodder. Like those of you who haven't been around a while, like I've seen like literally thousands of those like super specific combo videos, and you never actually see that shit in a match.
I know. I just put it up as an example to prove that it is actually guaranteed to combo.
Yeah, I just don't like.
No.
I don't like putting a spotlight on those kind of very specific combos because then people start thinking that that affects the game. They're like, "Oh my god, this character's broken. He can do this," and I'm like, "Dude, you're never gonna see that. Like, he can do that, but it's not gonna." It's kind of like
Yeah,
those
it's the
people that
same
say
thing with
Baraka's
Koval,
over.
right?
Yeah, people say Baraka's overpowered because he has a 50% combo with like one bar, and it's like, dude, how many times does he hit you that in a match? Like once, maybe. But like, I don't know. I think Scorpion's one of those characters that's definitely a lot better after Aftermath. So that's always good. I actually like Scorpion and Sub-Zero being top tier. I think it's weird when like they're not competitive, and it's like, dude, that's the face of this franchise. Like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are Mortal Kombat, and it's always weird when Scorpion and Sub-Zero are not competitive. It's like, the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I agree. And as Scorpion being, Ed Boon's pet character, I mean, it's just good that he, I mean, it doesn't really seem like it was intentional that he got this good because these are glitches that are making him so broken right now.
But even without the glitches, just his kit alone with customs, like, yeah, okay, you don't get the guaranteed throw off the fire if they fix it, but you still get a fucking plus 20 restand. Like, it's still good. Even if they fix the bug, that move is still good.
Yeah. And, the fireball popping them up, that shouldn't be slept on either because, the whole neutral duck in the neutral against Scorpion being so good with his teleport being a high and his chain being a high, that really catches people a lot. You throw that fireball, all of a sudden you got that forward 3 combo going.
Yeah, I don't know about the fireball.
I disagree. The fireball seems really gimmicky without a big enough reward.
Well, I think the fireball's good. I just think that like the fireball would be good in a vacuum, but the fireball, like dropping something else to get that fireball, because it's like obviously you're gonna take. There's really only two kinds of Scorpion right now, right? There's Misery Blade and there's Teleport Cancel. That's what the character is. You're either gonna take one of those and like a third move, or the other one and a third move. And that's the thing is if I take Teleport Cancel, do I really want to grab Fireball with that? If I take, Misery Blade, do I want to drop the utility of having a restand for the Fireball? Do I want to drop Demon Dash for the Fireball? That's where I think the Fireball's problem comes in that it's good, but it's not as good as the other things that you would want to take.
Agreed. And if you take the
Demon Dash is...
If you take Fire Breath, you definitely want Cancel because when I explain that, like when you end your combo with the Fire Breath, and then you go into back two, you want to be able to cancel that because that's super unsafe. If you want to be able to like hit that, like, cancel the move in the middle of it.
Well, you could
But
still do back two cancels with Misery Blade, and in fact, I think they're safer with Misery Blade if you space it
No, no.
because of the mid, right? The what is it? The Misery Blade 3 or Misery Blade
yeah,
1, whatever it is, the little
Yeah,
butt
it
hit.
is. Yeah, if you space it right, but you have to be really close for that to happen.
Yeah, but back two advances. It wouldn't be hard to space that because that first hit he takes a step forward. So like if you space that in the neutral, like at the start of the round, that should be
I
able to
mean,
hit
yeah, yeah,
cleanly.
I get what you're saying. I just don't think the the back two should be used there. I think sorry, back 1-4 should be a better option there.
Well, I
Personally.
don't think you should use back two ever unless you're using it as combo fodder. That's my personal opinion.
Back to in the neutral is great with teleport cancel because it can be special canceled. Actually, hit confirm. Sorry.
Yeah,
yep.
but so could Misery Blade. And you're getting the mix up with that
You
because back 2-2 is
you
a
don't get the
overhead, so you can still mix up with Misery Blade.
Because
you don't get the hit confirm into combo though. The
No,
reward is
no,
far
but if you
less.
have Misery Blade, you're not trying to hit confirm into combo. You're fishing for mix. Like who's
yeah, well, the other thing about the teleport cancel is that because Scorpion's so good in the neutral, that placement that it puts you at, if he's holding block and your first hit of the back two uh doesn't hit, you can cancel it with like forward instead of down, and it puts you in a great position. I mean,
well, yeah, that's like basic day
Yeah,
one reborn Averk tech, like the one hit
right.
confirm cancel. Like that's not even new tech, but like I think that like I honestly think as far as Scorpion, there's gonna be two builds. That's just I think how the character is going to evolve is that you're either gonna take Misery Blade or Teleport Cancel. I don't think we're gonna see anything like Searing Rage where it's like, oh, I'm gonna take 3 of the one slot moves. I just
Yeah.
don't see Scorpion working like that. Like you're either gonna have the cancel or you're gonna have the mix up and you're gonna build your character on either mix up or cancel. Because even if you, because I tried to build like a all fire move zoning Scorpion just to see if it was capable of doing that, and it's really not that good. Like, yeah, you have Demon Dash, you have the restand, you have the Fireball, but like losing the utility of having mix-ups on hand or safety on hand, like I just can't see a 3-slot Scorpion or 3-1-slot Scorpion working. But that's
yeah.
just me. That's just me. I don't play that character that regularly, so
I play him sometimes, and I agree. There's no way. There's no reason for me to use the temple lane or the temple linear combos at all.
actually
I
the
could either be
Scorpion
unsafe as fuck, or I could be safe.
the Scorpion that I've been playing with or the Scorpion variation I've been working with is the teleport cancel with the extended strings because basically now you have 4-3-2
You
as
can't.
like being safe.
You can't have that. The extended strings need to be comboed with with the temple linear to be accessible.
I thought it was just for the for certain specific moves, but that you could still get like the 2-1 grab and the 4-3-2. You can't get that. That was the build that I put together, but I haven't experimented with it. I just put it together and I was like, oh sweet, you could have 4-3-2 and special cancel that to be safe. So they took that out. That's not legal. Fuck that shit. Ah,
It was illegal since day one. I'm checking.
that's weak. Again, I haven't been labbing a lot of Scorpion, so I don't know what his tournament legal stuff is. But that was the build that I put together, and then I just haven't played with it yet.
Yeah, here it is. Death Spear combo. Must have Death Spin equipped.
Wow. So basically, those moves are now dead moves. Because if you can't have those with Misery Blade or Teleport Cancel, I don't know that anyone's ever going to use any of that shit.
I would agree with that. And the whole thing about the what's the move that allows you to go forward 3-2 with the overhead chain?
That's
Is
the
that
one we
just
were just talking about.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that was viable with um with the cancel with either the cancel moves. If I mean because
No, it wasn't.
I
I've been playing a lot of customs since before they announced it because I had a feeling it was customs. Mustard said that Ed Boon came and talked about customs after Final Combat or whatever.
seriously,
So I just
that was
thought it would
never
be customs, though it
Well,
was never leaked.
we know that they've wanted to put customs in competitive. This is how they wanted the game to play from the start. Like this game was designed for customs, and now that we have them, it's kind of obvious that this is what we were supposed to have from the beginning. But now that we have it, it is what it is. Cabal Sec, what have you been labbing thus far?
Rambo, Rain, Nightwolf, a lot. Shao Kahn, I've come back to him. Quite a lot of characters.
Yeah, I am definitely impressed with the work that you put in with Nightwolf. I don't know too many people rocking that variation. So those of you that don't know, he's been playing Takeda Nightwolf. What is that? The Moonfall Axe? Is that what that move is called?
Yeah. Moonfall.
And like, how has that been working? So I put in a little bit of work with Nightwolf. I don't know how optimal that build is compared to the ones that everyone else is using, which is basically command grab with a combo extender. Which is what you have, right? You have Moonfall, which is a combo
Yeah, I
extender.
have both of them. I have Moonfall, Tomahawk Swing, and Lightning Arrow. Tomahawk Swing is a command grab, and I have the command grab and the variation one launch.
So how are you thinking Nightwolf's going to shape up in the meta?
I believe Takeda Nightwolf is the best variation he has. Like, it's just too fucking good. He basically has Orbiting Hat, but at a cost of having to set it up rather than having it be 2 slots and spending meter. It's literally insane. Down 1 into recall is jail, so you can't even flawless walk. He gets a free fucking flawless walk setup.
Really? That
Yeah,
variation
at
sounds dope.
at maximum it's -5. It's around -3 usually, but at maximum it's like -5. Very inconsistent frame data.
Yeah, I would imagine it has to do with when you're doing the callback, like what frame you're doing the callback. Because like when you do the cancel, you get the cancel advantage of X, Y, and Z plus frames, but that doesn't take into consideration like where you were in your attack animation and their hit stun and all that. So that's why the frame data can be a little bit wonky when you're canceling stuff into other stuff. Because depending on what frame you cancel and all of that, I do think that Takeda Nightwolf has some juice. I don't know if it's better than Rising Tomahawk with command grab. I know it's got more setups, but Rising Tomahawk is just so much damn utility for that character because he can combo off of like anti-airs, and there's a lot of shit he can't combo off of with a lot of his other extenders, especially that roll. I think the roll is just not as good as
The
people
roll is
think.
trash. The roll is actual trash.
Yeah.
I said that to anyone. It's trash.
Well, I think the roll worked for the shaman build back when we had tournament variations, just because it gave that variation some like stuff to work with. But I think everybody was in agreement that what made that variation good was the lightning arrow, not anything else.
Yeah. And now you can have Rhino Charge or whatever it's called, the free fucking launcher, and plus a lightning arrow. Why would anyone want Shaman?
Right?
Oh yeah, I can go under high projectiles. But like, who cares? You win projectile trades all the time.
Yeah, like you have reflect as a base move. Like who cares about going under projectiles? Like just reflect them. You don't need to lose 2 slots to get a combo extender that doesn't even combo off of half of your shit.
It does. It does. They fixed it on Aftermath. It
No, I
does.
mean it combos off of strings, but say you get an anti-air jump 1 or an anti-air jump 2, you air to air trade, you don't get a combo off of that, or at least you can't extend. And Nightwolf has some really good air to
Yeah.
air conversions, like his jump 1 and his jump 2 trade in the air all the time. And like to not be able to sit there and Rising Tomahawk after you get that raw random air to air trade or air to air hit, like that hurts that variation because Nightwolf has a really good jump and you can't do anything with it.
Yeah. The problem I have with Rising Tomahawk and Command Grab together is it's too meter intensive. If you launch in the corner, then you have to amplify the Command Grab, or else you just lose the corner and you die. Like, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, but I don't know that I would end combos with command grab. Yeah, the plus frames are there, but the way I've been playing that build is using command grab just for the ticks and saving meter for combo extensions. So like the command grab is just to get you to stop blocking and scare you and have you you know, not wanting to play more passively. And so I hardly ever use the bar on the command grab in that variation. Most of it just goes for
Yeah.
combos.
Yeah.
But like
I've been hitting loads of people with 4-2-1-2 right
what
with
was that?
that
You it
variation
broke
for
up.
some reason. Yeah, it was me, probably.
Yeah, I was saying, what did you say?
Uh, I, I was saying that Rising Tomahawk lets you hit people with command grab. I mean, lets 4-2-1-2 be a real mix into a combo launch or command grab into plus frames into free pressure.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like that's like why would you need to use the meter on the command grab if you're just using it for that? Cuz like Nightwolf doesn't really need plus frames so much. He's got mix and he's got like a really good kind of like frame trap flawless block fishing game. He's got really good staggers. Like so he doesn't really need the Oki that he gets off a command grab. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I feel like his neutral is so strong that like losing a little bit of Oki by not spending the bar would like that's not the end of the world. Like he'll get the hit again.
Yeah, I mean, I still have no reason to use Rising Tomahawk over Moonfall personally.
Yeah. Like I think Moonfall needs to be explored more. I think more Nightwolves need to start working on that because I think there's just way too much potential with that. But unfortunately, it is kind of a high execution, high um, learning curve build, and unfortunately, those take a long time to explore. So we're not gonna. I don't know that we're gonna see a whole lot of that variation for a while. But I think it's cool that you're one of the few doing it, especially because you were never really a Nightwolf main, anyways.
No, I wasn't. I played him a bit, like I learned the basics of him, but never made him.
And then,
I'm thinking of making him.
yeah, nice, nice. I know you were working on Shao as well. Um, any thoughts on Shao Kahn?
He's definitely become better, but he's still bottom one.
Yeah, that's
Like that's not, how can you have the only hit confirmable mid that he has be -12 all the fucking time?
well. I think it's because like the way they've designed Shao Kahn is to just be sort of like an unsafe Baraka who hits harder more consistently. Like it seems like what they want with
But
Shao Kahn is like every time I engage, I'm either going to be right and hit you for half your health, or I'm going to be wrong and lose half my health. And it seems like that's just kind of how
yeah,
they
but
designed Shao Kahn.
yeah, Baraka does more damage. He's more safe. The only thing I can see Shao having over Baraka is range and movement.
And
But
plus
someone
frames.
that's safe. I mean, plus range doesn't really matter when you have flawless block, do they?
No, they do. I think they do. I think plus frames make flawless block even more of a thing that you've got to work on. Because if I have plus frames, if I play Shao Kahn and I do stupid shit like forward four to lock you down in plus frames, if you don't know how to flawless block, then basically you have to hold that. But if you do know how to flawless block, now we have video games, right? Because now I got to, make the read on whether or not you're going to flawless block. So it actually becomes like, yeah, it's not really, I don't necessarily have a guaranteed down one check, but it does add to the mind games of the game. And to me, that makes it a lot more fun. I find it fun when I play people that are good. I don't have fun. If I fight someone that can't flawless block, then it actually ends up being less fun for me because it's like, oh, okay, I could just abuse shit and they're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, I've been fighting loads of Kanos, like the bandwagoners. I've made so many of them be so afraid to use 4-1-2 back to you because I can flawless block the down one afterwards. It's insane.
Oh, dude,
I swear,
every time you do that to
the
a Kano,
moment
their mind blows up. They just don't know what to do.
They keep on doing that. I keep doing the flawless block. They lose a match. They go back to Kano, and now instead of doing 4-1-2 back to, they just stand there. Like they
Right?
don't know what to fucking do.
Like,
Yeah.
at least
then
when
when I
someone
match up with
flawless
them the
blocks
next
my
time,
shit, I try to grab.
And then when I match up with them in Combo League again, they just fatality on the right away. It's so fucking funny.
It really is. Like the best thing, and that was one thing that I tried to tell everybody when I was trying to learn the Kano matchup. Is I was like, guys, you really need to learn how to flawless block this trap because once you do, 90% of Kanos have no idea what to do next. They're like, oh shit, this dumb shit doesn't work. Like, what do I do? Like, I love that. And that's something that I find to be really cool with like our community here because all of the Kanos that play with us have kind of made peace with the fact that if they try to down one after that string, I'm going to blow it up. So now they're mixing up what they do and they're evolving, right? Because they're like, okay, I'm going to mix up, I'm going to do grabs, I'm going to do a slower move to throw off the flawless block timing. So that's making me have to make adjustments and it's just leading to a more enjoyable matchup all around. That's what I'm saying is like if I fight someone that's not good, it's just not fun. I would rather fight someone, who is really good that's changing up their strategy and making me have to work for it than just blow up people because they can't flawless block.
Depclop left for some reason.
Oh, Def bailed out. Well, all right.
Yeah, you were talking before you came in. He said that he had to go in. I thought he said he could go for in for like 30. God damn it, for like 20 more minutes.
It happens. No worries. We'll continue the show without. But what were we talking about? You know what? We got him on screen, Johnny Cage. I think Johnny Cage definitely won out with this patch, and he's someone that I may start. What's that?
Why are they buffing top tiers?
I love it.
Like what the fuck?
No, I love it. They didn't buff him. All they did was he didn't get buffed. All he got was the shit that he had already had all along. It's not like they sat there and said, "Oh, we're gonna make him better." Like this is what Johnny Cage was since day one.
They added an armor break on down back forward one. That shit is now he has now guaranteed 25% after every 1-2-1. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. It's super awesome. Like I think
and
Johnny
now
Cage
his
got
force
hooked up.
balls gel on anyone. His force balls gel on anyone, so now he's +1. So it's back to neutral. Why are they buffing Johnny Cage?
I don't know. I think that Johnny Cage needed some work. I think all of the top tiers were going to need work. Because with customs, like there were characters that weren't top tier that had some nasty shit in customs, and like the top tiers didn't have as nasty shit. So I honestly think the buffing of them to keep them competitive. At the end of the day, you don't want any character to be bad.
I mean, yeah, I know, but Jackie got a pretty thick custom that I don't know why it isn't nerfed. The leap and the grenade launcher, I think it is. That's still tournament legal for some reason.
Yeah,
who else
they nerfed
possibly?
Jackie's dash.
Techion.
They just thought that did something. She's still OP as hell. So.
What up? Is that ATL joining us?
Yes, sir.
Nah, that's
No, that's
Jew or Dep
no,
Club.
it's ATL. It's me.
What
Oh,
up,
word.
ATL? First
Oh,
time
my
on the
shit.
podcast, jumping in, taking over for Depclop, I guess. Go ahead and introduce
No, he's
yourself.
back. Depa back.
Oh, Depclop's back.
Yeah. My shit died. So
All right, on. ATL,
Let me charge
introduce
it.
yourself to the people real quick so they know who the fuck you are.
I'm just a carry air main. That's all.
Yeah, but you've been putting in work on that dumbass character. Fuck Raid. Fuck that character. I have spent more practice mode hours on Rain than I have labbing any other matchup. That character's so fucking dumb.
I've had a lot of fun playing Jax now lately. To be honest, I've been playing.
Oh no, he's
I've been practicing a little more Jax. I've been having a lot of fun playing with him. So I think I might put Rain to the side a little bit to try to learn Jax some more.
I wouldn't recommend that. Rain is fucking cheap. He's literally broken.
I mean,
I agree.
Jackson's team.
I agree.
Like legit, Jackson's really
with
good
the
too.
extended stream with the command grab with Jax, that shit is low key OP.
Well, yeah, Haku showed us that build. So I don't know if you remember when we had Haku in the lobby back when we first started fucking with customs, like before we even knew customs were coming, right? We just did a stream where we played around with it, and Haku showed us that build. It was basically Ringer with command grab and ground pound, and it was just mix up city. Like it was just dumb. What's that?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best build for the Ringer strings, but it's definitely something I would look into if I were a Jax main. Because when I saw that he could sit there and like do the Ringer string, mix you up with the overhead, get the hard knockdown, go for the command grab, and then once you start getting worried about that mix up, he just throws in that slow ass ground pound, gets a fucking full combo, and then now it's back in the same fucking situation.
Yeah, see,
I
don't use the ground pound. I use the clap because you can get a meterless launcher, and then it's the armor break. So if they break with the once you launch them with the clap, you just clap again, and then you could get a 57%er with the command grab crush and blow if I launch you with the clap and you break. So that's what I've been working on.
Me and Martin's been playing a couple of Jax matches before. Yeah, it was before before the patch, but we played a bit of Jax. We both had Ripper, Ripped or whatever it's called. It's a V1 launcher, the overhead, as well as overhead, the command grab, and the Ringer 221122. It's honestly really fucking good.
Which launcher was that? Is that the back forward 2 launcher or the back forward 4 launcher?
Down back 4.
Or down back 4, yeah.
It's a slow overhead and then it launches.
That only combos off of 433 though, right? 433 and 42.
Back 3, which is where you get most of your hits. Let's be honest. I think it combos off 221. Yeah,
dude, back 3 should not be where you're getting most of your hits. Are you kidding me? You can't hit confirm that. If you're getting most of your hits from back 3, you're just unga bungaing. That's madness.
Back 3-3 combos into ripped.
No, you're talking about 4-3-3. I was like, back 3 only goes into the fucking back 3-2 grab. Like, there's nothing you can do. If you're comboing off of back 3, you have to dial that in on the first hit. There's no hit confirm.
Isn't back 3 is a 9-frame mid?
No, forward 3. Okay. Forward 3 is the 9-frame mid.
Back 3 is the low. Back 3 is the low.
I apologize. It's 4-3-3. It combos after 4-3-3. It does combo after back 3 too, and it does combo after 2-2-1-1.
See, I've been running the clap though because for some reason people love to mash against Jax. So
because Jax loves to mash.
I mean, yeah, he does. But if I get the clap on you, but if I clap, I'm plus 14 on hit, so I could just gel into a stand 1. But people don't realize that, and they will still continuously try to mash.
Well, yeah, people will mash on plus frames no matter what. You guys do that to me all day.
You can gel on 2-2-1 into 2-2-1-1 again. You don't need to do 2-2-1-1-2-2 down forward 1 into the into 1-2. It just gels C2-1-1. It's if they try to mash it on infinite.
Can I just say buff Aaron? Just
No,
buff Aaron
fuck
Black.
that. Nobody wants Aaron Black buff. Nobody
No.
Just gotta
fucking
throw
wants
that in
that
there.
character.
Just gotta sprinkle that. You know what's crazy to me? He was just the perfect character at release. You know, he had the fast scud shot. They took his fast scud shot away from him, but yet they brought upgrading in. I never understood that. Like he could have kept his scud shot if that's the case. But somebody
Yeah.
at NetherRealm hates Aaron Black.
Bloodshot is mega OP still. What are you saying?
No, he's still good. I just miss the old Aaron Black, to be honest, because that's when I really had the most fun with him when he first came out.
He
I would
was
say
more
this
interesting back then. Right now, it's just
When he was
back
broke.
2-2-2 mix. Like, he's just kind of boring and dry. Like, I agree with
I
ATL.
was playing. Yeah, I was playing with Variation 2, Aaron. He lost a lot to zoning, but when he got in, he could mix you with back D2, and back D2, back 4-3, and back D2, back 4-3.
Yeah,
Answer.
that's the
Right now, I just
variation.
don't. I
That's
just
the
don't
variation that
want.
I made barking irons. So
I
Well,
don't know.
yeah.
I picked it because of the command grab.
His command grab is stupid. But I don't know. If I were going to run an Aaron Black build, I'd have to get that one. What's that one? Not launcher, but that special move, the little gun thing where he just pours acid on your head.
oh that's
Acid
yeah.
pour.
You know, I don't run that. I run scud shot, cancel, and command grab. But that is a good
Uh,
tool to use as well.
Because you could do down one into that shit and you're -5. Like, having down one special move is fucking cheap.
minus 9.
Yeah. See, the thing is, with Aaron Black being that his down three basically has so much range on it, you can just do down three scud shot, and a lot of people can't really reach you from there. So as long as you have one tool to keep you safe, I feel like you're okay without having that armor breaking it.
I wouldn't take it for the
That's
armor
a
break.
good-
I would take it for the down one special move because you could do that shit meterless. And down one special move is fucking cheap.
But then you also have, you
the
have down one into command grab. So once they
Yeah, but if they take
down
the
one
hit,
into
you're
command grab,
fucked.
they have
Whereas
to-
with the acid pour, if they block or take the hit, you're still like if they take the hit, then you get damaged. If they block, you're at -5. Whereas with command grab, if they take the hit, you're punished.
I mean, yeah.
It's actually. Can I say something?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Fuck you.
Okay. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He really left. Oh, there. Never mind.
Go ahead, Kamal Sek.
I've been trying out acid pour, kettle. Oh god damn it! Acid pour, scud shot, and the enhanced locked-in mode. It's a mirrorless launcher from V1. It's
That's
actually really good.
The enhanced black and loaded. See me personally.
Yeah.
I just like the cancel in
It's
mind game.
wait.
That's why I just try to keep canceling
There
everything.
isn't
I
cancel.
can play without it, but I just like the mind game that comes with the cancel.
wait. You can't have cancel with enhanced locked and loaded because that sounds like it'd be a fun build.
No, you can, but I just like I don't feel as if that's really a necessity when you have back two. That's once you hit back two, you can get into your command grab with and they can't break from it. So I don't really go for that.
Yeah, but dude,
it
you'd
is.
be a combo machine with the fucking cancel and enhanced locked and loaded. Just think of the combos you
It
could do
doesn't
with
count.
that shit. You
You
can't combo
can't.
that?
You can't. I've been laughing.
Combo
No. At most, I think you can do 2-1-2, 2-1-2-1-2, back 4-4 launch, cancel a kettle toss, back 2, up 4, back 4-3, cancel 2-1-2-1-2 into ender. But that's either gonna be really hard or it just doesn't work. There isn't an in between. I couldn't get it in the lab, and I doubt it's I can get it online.
Another thing that's kind of fun, but it's really I would never use it if I'm really trying against someone, is the upshot with the trap because you can actually get combos off of the upshot. It's hard to get,
You can.
but you can't get combos off of it. And if you hit the upshot, you can basically set up your trap for free. You can once you hit that upshot, if you get another hit while they're still in the air, you can set up that trap, and it has enough hit advantage to where they'll still be on the ground. You could get whatever type of mind games you want with that.
That shit
The only
sounds
thing
gimmicky as fuck, though, dude. That shit
No, it
sounds
is.
super gimmicky.
No, it is.
It
But like
is,
like I
trust me.
said, I would never play it if I'm really trying to get someone. I would only play for like shits and giggles or something. But I wouldn't necessarily play it if I'm going try hard on somebody or even trying to win that off.
Okay, but you're saying like Aaron Black needs to be buffed. Like, how is Aaron Black still bad? Because I'm looking at
No,
what
he's
he's
not-
got, and he's looking
he's not
fucking
bad.
solid.
See, he's not bad. I just feel like, for example, he has basically two useless strings, which is 111 and 114. 114 is plus, but both 111
So
and
who the fuck
114 can
cares?
be flawless blocked. That's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna get all his plus frames can be flawless blocked. So only thing I said that I would do with Aaron
So?
Black is just have his his 1-1, let that tick, because if that's the case, he can have at least the mind game to go into his plus frames. That's the only thing I said. If he had that,
There.
that'd be
Okay,
perfect.
few things. Yeah, few things. You're actually fucking wrong. That would not be a mind game. That would be easy option selection.
I mean,
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so-
could option
I
select
mean,
that.
but still, regardless, I mean, just,
Wait, let me finish.
well,
Oh, he got mad.
And everyone
right,
has
he's very mad.
yes. I get mad when people say buff Aaron Black because he's already fucking broken. Online, I mean.
Yeah, I
Second
was gonna
thing,
say he's not
If you're gonna
broken.
buff Aaron Black, just use this fucking. Yeah, online. I mean, if you're gonna fucking buff the useless shit on Aaron Black, then buff fucking Kotal's useless shit, buff Sub-Zero's useless shit, buff everyone's useless shit.
I mean, well, I'm an Aaron main, so of course I'm going to advocate for buffing Aaron shit. So
Yeah.
you're kind of in your feelings for no reason, if I'm being honest with you. Kotal has 1100 health.
And about the post frame,
Kotal has
don't
1100
agree. No.
health, so what the fuck is you talking about buff of Kotal? He has the most health in the game. Not to mention he has customs now, so he
So?
could do fucking ridiculous damage. So, I mean,
I don't think
Yeah,
Kotal
but
needs
when are you
buffs
gonna
either.
get the damage?
yeah. So, like I said, you're just in your fucking feelings because I'm an Aaron main and I said buff Aaron. So, of course, I'm gonna advocate for my main to get buffed. So,
In all fairness,
Okay,
Cabalsack,
but
you trend hashtag buff Baraka every fucking day. So
right, that man has that
Dude,
man
I
has, that
dropped
man has
Baraka
400
with
damage
fucking buff.
mid screen with one bar, and he's talking about buff Baraka. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
Well, Baraka's bottom 3, the bottom 5. Sorry, what are you talking
Listen.
about?
listen, all Aaron mind games. If you know how to fuzzy block, you can fuzzy block all of that shit he does. To be honest with you.
yeah, you
So-
can fuzzy everything off of bat
Yeah,
too.
you can
That
fuzzy
shit's
every-
fake.
You can fuzzy everything Aaron does. So for me to say buff Aaron, I'm not saying buff Aaron so I can fuck people up online. I'm saying buff Aaron so if I do want to go to it offline, I can play the person that I have 4,000 games with and feel comfortable with them, as opposed to just kicking somebody's ass online.
What fucking offline tournament are you going in?
What'd you say?
He's keeping his skills sharp for
What
when we
offline
get them
tournament are you
back.
going in?
Don't think about how things are. Think about how things should be. Like, I respect ATL for trying to keep it real with offline, even though we have no offline. Because that's how I practice and train. I don't fucking care what happens with online. I don't care if some scrub lord beats me in Combat League. All of my practice, all of my lab time, all of my studying and hard work is for when we can get back to offline.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sitting up here saying buff Aaron so I could just do back to slide and the slide is safe or some stupid shit. I'm saying buff him so I can actually use him offline like he was in the beginning of the game. You see in the beginning of the game, Sonic Fox won a tournament with him because he's actually viable offline. Then they nerfed him because people want to bitch about him. Then it after
Isn't he
they
still
nerfed him, he wasn't even coming close to winning a finals. Nobody with Aaron Black. Only person that really used Aaron Black after that was Hayate, but he still wouldn't even come close.
Yeah, but meterless scud shot was dumb, dude. You can't tell me that meterless scud shot wasn't dumb.
Oh no, it was dumb, but like I said, I don't think they should have nerfed the speed on it. I genuinely don't.
Yo, ATL.
They shouldn't have nerfed the speed.
ATL, yo. Are you saying that Aaron isn't viable offline?
I'm saying, why would you want to be Aaron offline? Because there's plenty of people that does what Aaron does offline. If
He's got a
trying to win,
point.
why would you be Aaron?
Yeah, he's got a point. There's nothing that
Okay,
Aaron
wait,
does
but-
that someone
but I
doesn't
think-
already do better.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
then why does Cabal exist?
You said
Because
why-
everything he is he's just a master of all
See-
shit. What's the fucking thing?
I don't think Cabal is a master of all
Cabal is
trades.
just a better
If
spawn.
you lose to a Cabal, if
No,
you lose
he's
to
not
a
a master of all
Cabal,
trades. It's just
if you lose to a
a
Cabal,
jester of all
I
trades.
feel like
Whatever.
I feel like losing to a Cabal, you just genuinely got outplayed. He has nothing to really open you up. I mean, yeah, you can fall for some of the staggers because he's safe on everything, but at the end of the day, he has really nothing to genuinely open you up. If you lose to a Cabal, I feel like you just got outplayed.
Yeah,
3
same
times out of
thing.
10.
I would put like
Right,
Noob
yeah,
Saibot and
yeah.
Scorpion on that list too.
No, I wouldn't say
And
Noob because Noob
Uh,
has that half screen fucking slide. I would no. I'm sorry.
No, because that slide leaves him open to jumps.
No.
Like, I don't
Yeah,
have a
it
problem
does,
with
it does.
noobs.
Like, if you're going by that logic, why would I pick Spawn when Colo is just a better spawn? More range, more
No
safety,
fucking
more,
way. Get the fuck
damage.
out of here.
Right.
Kodal is not a better spawn. In fact, I think Spawn and Kodal are
Spawn-
equally good, but for different reasons, and they're
have we had
different.
offline since Spawn been in though? Spawn can be used offline still, because Spawn has a crazy backdash with ridiculous range that doesn't put him in position to get hit by the opponent.
Yeah.
So
Spawn's
Aaron
shimmy
has-
game is
has
stupid.
yeah, all you
Aaron has acid board that's safe on everything. He has Scud Shot that literally breaks
listen.
every
Scud
projectile.
shot is a gimmick though. All you have to do is press. If
Yeah,
you
you can press
and I
on
don't
Scud
need a
Shot.
burn- If you press and I don't need a burn,
Yeah,
you're
but I'm
fucking me
not
up.
saying Scud Shot to use Scud Shot as a safety tool. I'm saying use acid board as a safety tool and use Scud Shot as an anti-zoning tool.
Okay, still regardless, going back to my point, there's nothing Aaron does offline that makes you say, "Let me be Aaron Black," when there's plenty of people that does what he does better than him, which is why
Okay, but
I still stand saying buff Aaron Black.
okay, wait. So why would someone pick Baraka by that logic?
Because they want to be a
Damage?
Because
monster.
he
Well,
does
no,
400
because
damage with 1 meter.
because
What the
wait.
fuck?
Wait,
Oh my
because
God.
Baraka gets 41% for 1 bar doesn't mean that a noob gets fucking 42% for 1 bar while having better neutral.
Yeah, but Baraka has
Having
other
the-
things besides having neutral. Like, Baraka, like, dude, especially now that you can have gutted and spine burst, like, come on, dog. You can't tell me that shit's not stupid.
Yeah, but Spine Burst is a meterless launch that does. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm using the same logic as Dep Club. Sorry, not Dep Club. ATL.
Damn,
You
he
know,
put
saying
Neplog
why you
on
pick Aaron,
blast.
But with
characters
customs,
do
okay,
what he
I'm
does
going to
better.
use your logic. I'm going to use your logic. With customs, once again, you can still make Baraka viable offline. You can just fuck around with all those customs to make him viable to still have reasons that you would still pick him over somebody else. But like I said, once again, with Aaron Black, there's nothing that makes you say, "Let me be Aaron in an offline tournament," as opposed to being somebody else that can do the same thing. There's nothing that would make you say that.
Okay, who's somebody else that can do the same thing?
Okay, I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. I don't really fucking lab. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just play the fucking game. But I'm gonna go with Cassie has good pokes and good mids as well. So let's go with Cassie. Cassie has good pokes, good mids.
I don't know that I
Good
would
thing
pick
I'm a
Cassie
breaker.
over Aaron Black, though. A
No,
lot of Aaron
I'm-
Black's, like,
Cassie
his
over-
draw, his appeal is the mix. So, like,
Cassie's definitely over Aaron Black.
I mean, she's
would
a better character than Aaron Black, but I would think that if you're looking for someone that does what Aaron Black does but better, I would say Sindel. Sindel has better mix, better damage, better neutral, and she kind of does the same thing.
Mixed character though. I look at him as someone that wants to keep you mid range, kind of sort of. I don't look at him as someone that's just really
Okay, then you're
makes-
just playing
makes
him
you
wrong.
consistently. I look at him as someone that's supposed to try to keep you mid range, and try to, since he has good pokes, try to get a whiff punish off of you. To be honest, I don't look at him as someone.
Who the fuck this punishes
I
folks?
don't look at him as
Okay,
someone
first
that's
of all,
supposed
what-
to
wait.
consistently mix you.
Let me fucking finish first before you
Bro.
start talking.
Bro,
Damn, y'all getting high.
Why do
hype.
you
Yo,
whip
how
punish
old are you, dude? 'Cause I almost said something, man. Yo. Oh,
Y'all are
Why
getting-
would you pick Aaron Black as a whip punish character? He has no range on his moves.
Yeah, I don't know about whiff punishing with Aaron
No.
Black as like a
You can whip- you
total
can whip
strategy.
punish with his you can whip punish with his forward 2 and his forward 3 and his forward and his back 1. But
Like you can,
What
but
do
I
you
don't know
fucking
that.
do? I got 15%.
I don't know that. I mean, I know that you can whiff punish with Aaron Black, but if I were wanting to be a whiff punisher, there's like there's characters that specialize in that better than Aaron Black. I wouldn't say that that's his
Definitely.
specialty. His specialty
Oh, no,
is
I
mix.
like I said, with Aaron personally, like I said, if someone really knows how to fuzzy block those fake ass mixes, he wants to keep you more so mid range. He doesn't want to really be in your face. If someone isn't too scared to press on that scud shot bullshit, you definitely want to keep them mid range because he has really nothing else that's going to open you up besides the fake ass mix and the fake ass juke
Okay.
with the scud
but-
shot.
Okay, so by that logic, unless you have mix, there's no way to open people up because what you're saying is you have to use mix of red and black to open someone up,
That's not what I'm
but
saying.
that's not fucking
That's not
true.
what I'm
That's
saying.
not. That's not.
No, no, no.
That's not. That's not.
That's what ATL is
That's
saying.
what?
ATL's not saying you need mix. He's saying that he prefers to not use mix.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Thank you. At least you
Then
understand.
by-
I prefer not to use mix. I play bullshit online just to get laughs out of it. To be honest, if I'm genuinely playing, I would probably not. I would probably be back one slide one time the whole game. I would not consistently focus on a mix like that. So you don't. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna let you continue talking. What were you about to say, Kabal? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna let him talk.
Oh man, y'all are getting intense. I love it. I love this.
Few things. Back to slide and back to two is unfuzzyable. It's reactable but not fuzzyable. So what you said isn't true. Back to slide, just that, not back to slide. Back to two, that's fuzzyable. Back to slide isn't.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it's reactable, then you don't need to fuzzy. That's the whole point. Is you fuzzy for shit that's unreactable.
No, Badge. Let him talk. He's making himself
Yeah,
sound
but I'm just
stupid. Let him
saying
talk,
he's using
Badge.
the
Let
wrong
him talk,
term.
Badge. Let him talk. Go ahead.
He's not using the wrong term.
And
He's
what
he-
Let him talk.
doesn't fuzzy mean just not reacting to it, but rather seeing it, but rather blocking at the right time for a frame?
yeah, that's exactly what fuzzy
So,
means.
why
But you're
would you
saying
need-
that he does like reacting that this move isn't fuzzyable because it's reactable, and I'm like, well, no, like it is fuzzyable, but you
No,
don't
I'm
have
saying-
to
I'm
because it's
saying that-
reactable.
No, I'm saying it's not fuzzyable in general. I'm saying that it isn't fuzzyable, but it is reactable.
No, if it's reactable, it's fuzzyable. Because
Let him talk.
the only time you fuzzy is when you can't react. But if you can react, you could certainly go for a fuzzy. It'd be stupid because you could just react. You don't have to time the block. You just react to it.
Okay, whatever.
Like,
Whatever. The second thing I want to say is about the scud shot. Scud shot is just one of the best moves in the game.
no,
Projectiles. It's safe
no,
on
not in a game that has Jade's down
cover
two.
projectiles and safe on-
Jade's down two is the best move in the game.
Okay,
That's why you see it every 5 matches.
I just don't agree with that. It counters every projectile and it has no startup.
Yeah, but you're
And
spending a
it's just bunch of
bar to
projectiles
stop
with
a
jump on.
projectile. Like as far as risk versus
No,
reward,
you're
and
not spending bar to stop a projectile. You're spending bar to hit them after the projectile.
oh yeah, that's right. If you just let
hold it,
go,
you're gonna counter every.
okay, so you basically shut down all of their damage from zoning, but that doesn't get you anywhere. You're not going to win a match just sitting full screen mashing scud shot to stop, projectiles. Like as a move, like it's good for what it does, but I don't know that it's like great. I think it's definitely useful.
There's other anti-projectiles that work better than that, to be honest with you. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
Okay, like what?
Shang Tsung Smoke is better.
smoke parry is way better than scud shot.
And Jade Glow is better.
Jade's
Okay.
glow is better.
Right now I'm gonna test something out with Aaron's scud shot. After that, I'm gonna talk about it. Right now, I'm gonna talk about what.
If you throw the teleport with it, or even maybe without the teleport, Night Wolf's Reflect is better than that as well because it's in its base skills, base moveset. So.
Wait.
What?
Yeah, I can kind of see
right-
that. I think Scud Shot's better because Scud Shot starts up so fast. I think it's better than Nightwolf's Reflect because you could do Scud Shot on
Yeah,
reaction easier than Nightwolf's Reflect. You have to time the Reflect a little bit weirdly because of the startup
Scud
on
shot
it.
is 9 frames in startup.
Yeah, and what is Reflect, like 15 or some shit? Like it's pretty slow.
I'm guessing it's 14 frames. I don't know the exact frame data, but I think it's.
Because, like, the thing about Scud Shot is you can delay countering the projectile until the last possible second, for mind games. Whereas with the Reflect, you kind of got to throw it out there as soon as you can so that way it'll be active by the time the projectile gets to you. So, like, especially online, like, that's even more difficult trying to get that timing because then you'll get stuffed if you're a little bit late and you'll get nothing if you're a little bit early. But with Scud Shot, like, you're literally just letting go of a button. Like, you just load up, as soon as they throw the projectile out, you just load up Scud Shot and let go of the button, and you counter the projectile whenever you want. Like, there's no timing involved.
Scud shot, back to Scud shot, meter burn, jail zone block. You can't even flawless block it. So what that pop set of just pressing after back to isn't true. Either way,
Well,
you
yeah,
shouldn't
no,
use it because
Scud Shot always jailed into from back 2-2 if you meter burned it. That's always been the case. The thing is that made him cheap was that he didn't have to spend the bar. He used to be able to just Scud Shot cancel and go right back into back 2-2, and there was nothing you could do about it.
Okay, so you can do that now, but instead of Scud shot, it's acid pour.
Yeah, but Scud Shot, Acid Pour doesn't allow you to go back into back 2-2. That was the problem with Scud Shot, was you could go back 2-2-2, Scud Shot cancel, back 2-2-2, Scud Shot cancel, and, like, depending on the matchup and certain characters, you just had to hold that. There was, like, nothing you
Yeah,
could do.
but-
At least with Acid Pour, like, his turn is over. He's -5. Like, he can't back 2-2 again unless he wants to
You know the
fully
crazy part,
disrespect.
though? You know the crazy part with someone like Jax. If Aaron tries to go into back 2-2 and he uses Scud Shot and actually uses the meter, all you have to do to blow him up from doing anything else with someone with a really good mid like Jax with a 9-frame mid is just do forward 3, and he's not going to really be able to go into anything else because he's -11 once he meter burns it. So
No, he's -9. He's a -9. I have the frame data on. I just labbed it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, we're arguing semantics over 2 frames of animation, but at the end of the day, it's pretty obvious that your turn is over after Acid Pour. Like, you're done. Your offense has completed. It's time for them to press buttons. But with Scud Shot, the way it was, you didn't have to worry about that. You just keep going. That's what made that shit cheap.
Yeah, the argument started because ATL said that Aaron isn't viable offline. I'm saying he's
He's not
viable.
saying that he's not viable. He's saying that there's no reason to pick him over anybody else because he doesn't do anything that other characters don't do better.
I can confidently say that Aaron Black will not win another tournament offline. I can confidently say that. Unless they give him a major buff, he will not win another tournament offline. He probably won't even get into a grand finals.
It's
I'm
okay.
I'm
That's-
honest with you.
Well, especially because Hayate's playing Fujin now, right?
I mean, even so, like even with that, just per matchup wise, I don't even see a matchup where you'll be like, okay, let me get Aaron Black. Like I genuinely don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't see, even if Hayate for some reason does get into a grand finals, let's say against Tiny Fox or something. I don't see a matchup where Hayate would say, okay, Fujin isn't working, so let me get Aaron Black specifically to try to counter this when there's plenty of other people that can counter that better than Aaron. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, one of those is Fujin because Fujin just doesn't lose a matchup.
Say that again.
Yeah, Fujin. I don't think Fujin has any
One of
losing
those characters
matchups.
is Fujin.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
hypothetically speaking. I don't see a point for someone to say, "Let me get Aaron to try to counterpick this person," or "Let me get Aaron to try to neutralize what this person is doing." I don't see a point for that.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I also don't see a point for many characters. That doesn't.
Well, it's because the
that doesn't
roster
mean
is so
that-
big. There's a lot of overlap in this game.
Who's been nerfed more than Aaron Black? Though? Let's be honest.
Garrus.
Who's been nerfed more?
Garrus has been nerfed more than
Garrus.
Aaron Black, and he's still
Gar-
fucking
Gar-
stupid.
They called themselves nerfing Garrus, but added Eternal for one, and then they called themselves nerfing Garrus again when they made his down back one fucking crushing blow 10 times easier to get. They didn't really nerf him that much.
No, but
Especially when
if you're just looking at raw data, he's got the most nerfs since the game released. Like, yeah, they've counter buffed it to cancel it, but he did get nerfed more than anyone else.
technically he got nerfed, but his nerfs didn't hit as hard as Aaron
No,
nerfs.
they did not. I don't think there's any way to make that character not
I
stupid.
honestly-
His base kid is
You know what I
dumb.
would say? You know what I would say? Just let him have his meter mirrorless rifle launcher in all its variations, and he's perfect. Give that back to him because he had that
He
originally.
does.
He
had
does
that
have it.
originally.
He just can't
No.
get a whole lot out of it because
No,
in
he
with
does
the
not- he doesn't
extended
have it.
strings, he has the 2 launchers.
No, when in the beginning of the game, he would if you would go into rifle and you would go into up 2, he would automatically cancel out his rifle and you can just go into whatever. And this one you can without enhanced lock and loaded, you can't get that meterless launcher with the rifle.
Yeah,
Unless you're getting the-
because basically without that, you just have to launch and then like unleash all your bullets.
Yeah, I would say if you want to keep they could keep the overhead and enhanced lock and load, and they could keep the multiple low shots. If you meter burns the low shots and enhanced lock and loaded. But as far as just the base launcher, he should have that in all of his variations. So.
I can co-sign that, but I think everybody should have a base launcher. I don't think
I-
there should be a character without a
I
launcher.
personally don't agree with that.
You don't think every character should have a launcher?
Oh no, I agree with that. I just don't agree with Aaron Black's normal like what is it? The mirrorless launcher should be in every variation. I just don't agree with that.
Why not? Like, if you're saying, how can you say that you agree that every character should have a launcher except Aaron Black? That doesn't make sense to me.
Because every character, because
Like, that sounds like you
I
just don't
agree
want
that
Aaron
every
Black to
character
be
should have
good.
a launcher. I just don't agree with it.
Okay,
I just
so you're
don't
saying
agree
you
with
just
every
don't want it
character
to be
should
that
have,
one.
a base. No, I'm just saying not on base. I don't want it to be on base. I want people to choose from a launcher, which you can with Aaron Black.
No,
You
I think
choose on
everybody
the,
should have a launcher
select
base.
and
I think we would
If you
disagree
give
there.
Aaron
Okay,
Black his launcher in all his variations, he's not going to go get ridiculously OP.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't even. He doesn't even really get a whole lot of damage off that thing. Like, what does he get at best? Like lower to mid 30% without a crushing blow or fatal blow.
Yeah, he's not
He
going
gets a
to
guaranteed. He gets a guaranteed setup.
You just give him his launcher, so I don't see the point of not giving him his launcher.
I would be down for him having
If you
that
do-
base. I like everybody having combo extenders base. I think that should just be a thing. Like, why do we have characters that don't have combo launchers? That's just dumb.
I feel like when I said buff,
Yeah,
I feel
like,
like when I
wait.
said buff Aaron Black, the balling got in his fucking head somewhere that I said make him S tier, and that wasn't the case. I just said do minor tweaks with him.
Yeah, but you got to realize Aaron Black is such a robbery character. He's going to be a sensitive situation or a sensitive subject anytime you bring up buffing him because you can't deny that Aaron Black isn't a robbery character, especially online.
Oh no, he is. I can agree with that.
Like, you could play him honestly and make it work, but he is a robbery character.
The buffs I was referring to isn't something that I'm saying just so I can improve my online play. Though. That's where I was getting at. I'm not saying buff him so I can fuck people up online because I can care less about that shit. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I
What
think
I-
you just didn't
what I
understand the point
understood-
that you were making, and that's where the argument came
I
from.
understood the way I understood him is he doesn't think that Aaron Black is viable offline. That's the way
He's
I
not
understood
saying
it.
that Aaron Black isn't viable.
I'm
He's
not
saying
saying
that
he
there's
isn't
no
viable.
reason to pick him. That he doesn't do anything that other characters don't already do, and oftentimes better.
Cabal. I mean, I just don't. I just don't. Never mind.
Cabal, if you have a character that's literally safe on, I think he's safe on every string he uses. If you have a character that's safe on every string he uses, you're always gonna have a reason to pick that person. I mean, he's safe on everything. He has flawless block set almost off every string he uses. So
Yeah,
Arnold.
Arnold does what Aaron Black does better. If you're trying to build a mix machine Aaron Black, Arnold already has that on lock. Nobody mixes better than Arnold.
Arnold is stubby though. He's very stubby. That's the bad thing about him.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for how powerful his mix is, I'm glad that he's stubby. Imagine if he had a fucking good fucking neutral tool with those fucking mixes. He'd be literally more MKX than he already is. Like, he would be worse. Like, that would be bringing in a complete MKX character into this game if he had better neutral tools.
That would be. I just imagine Arnold's with Jason's back 1T2 from MKX.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I never understood why Jax was considered S tier, and then next thing you know, they're just considering mid tier now. Like, what happened to Jax to make them Because I still feel like Jax is high tier, to be honest.
People got better at
Well,
dealing with
you're
them, and
looking
people
at.
got better at
Nah,
Fox.
I think people think of tier lists as like this definitive fucking statement, and like to be quite honest, like tier lists don't really have any kind of staying power until a game is dead. When a game is dead, that's when tier lists matter. But until then, there's always a dispute. Like someone can always find new tech. Someone can always get a really good tournament placing that throws the tier list into a tailspin. That's why I don't like them. Because until the game is dead, the tier list means nothing. Somebody can show up with some shit you never seen at any time. So like for people saying that Jax is like S tier and then Jax is mid tier, like all that does is strengthen my opinion that tier lists are kind of stupid, and anybody that follows them is an ignorant fucktard.
Yeah.
Because like for the most part, people use tier lists as like basically not having to do their homework. Like why lab shit and why study and learn the game when I can just look at a tier list and pick who Sonic Fox told me is good. And that's how people use tier lists. And it's like, if that's what you're going to use a tier list for, then wait for the game to be dead, because that's when the tier list that you're looking for actually exists. But until then, the tier list that everyone's looking for, which is basically just a fucking an outline of what character to pick, until the game dies, like none of those work. None of those work, because as soon as you think
games like UMC, UMVC 3 and MK9 are and MKX, I guess, are perfect examples of which games have tier lists. MK11 isn't one.
yeah, I wouldn't put a tier. I don't even think a tier list would be relevant for this game, because like, what are you going to put in that tier list? Builds? Like, you can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, Noob Saibot is S tier. It's like, which Noob Saibot? When we had variations, you could say Seeing Double or Pitch Black, but now it's like, okay, Noob Saibot is S tier with this build, but only against these matchups. But if you're fighting these matchups, you need this build. Otherwise, he becomes D tier. Like, how the fuck are you going to do a tier list with this game? I just don't see how it would work out. Like, maybe, like, okay, this character is S tier because they have more viable builds than everybody else. I think that could be a tier list going forward. But even then,
I mean, I can see a few possibilities, but I agree.
I can agree with that.
because like a lot of people are trying to come up with tier lists, and a lot of really lazy players that fucking suck at fighting games are like, where's the tier list? Sonic Fox, you got to tell me who to pick. Ketchup and mustard, I don't know what to do. You know, and it's like, well, fucking go in practice mode and find some stupid shit and go beat some people up online. But like, what the fuck, even if I wanted to, right? Like, say we just switch gears and say, okay, podcast is over. Let's make a tier list. How the fuck would we even go about making a tier list for this game as it is right now? Like, what would be S tier? Like, you sit there and say, well, Cetrion is S tier. Okay, which Cetrion? Because there's like 1,000 different builds you could do.
I feel like the only things you could do with the tier list right now is basically state out who's the worst in the game and who's like the top of the game. To be honest, you can still do that because the top of the game, the top players of the game didn't really change outside of Jackie, Joker, Food. I feel like, I guess you could throw Fujin in. I don't know if Fujin was ever considered, but I would say Fujin is top.
Fujin,
So
Fujin is
Jackie,
top one.
Joker,
Like,
Fujin, Lou.
Yeah, but I think that doesn't give you an entire picture of what people would be looking for a tier list for, because then it's like, okay, Liu Kang is top tier, but it's like, which Liu Kang is top tier, which build? Because if you don't use that build, then it's not top tier. And because builds are so specific, they counter very specific things. There aren't very many catch-all builds. I think if anything you were going to base a tier list on is who has the most catch-all builds. Like, I can pick upgraded, that Jackie build everyone's playing, the upgraded with the grenade launcher, and that can fight every character. So, like, I could see that saying, okay, that's S tier, because you don't have to swap out any moves to fight counter picks.
there's a different Muster build. The Muster builds that
I feel like everything with certain characters will make are still S tier regardless of how you want to put their variation. Like, for example, Cetrion. I feel like there's literally nothing you can do to her that won't make her S tier. There's nothing you can throw in.
question: why are we talking about tier lists when we already agreed they don't matter?
Well, no, we're discussing it.
Yeah, I would just say.
I mean, yeah,
I was
don't see the point.
I was stating the fact that I feel like the best characters out of the game are still the best characters in the game, regardless of how you want to mix and match their abilities. Like Cetrion, for example, There's nothing you could throw in her kit that'll make someone say, she's not one of the best characters in the game.
Yeah, but
mean,
I
yeah,
think
but some
I don't
characters like
know.
Cabal and some characters like Cabal and Kotal and I'm looking at the screen right now. Cabal, Kotal, and a few others are obvious cases. Like Kano, for example, are obvious cases of people that just moved insanely up the tier list.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but I was just referring to the people that were still considered S tier before the customs came in. I feel like they're still considered S tier on like the bottom, like for example, like
I don't know if I'd say
RoboCop and
S
Shao.
tier. I'd say
feel
viable.
I still feel like RoboCop and Shao are still at the bottom of the tier.
Maybe Joker. Now that I look at it, maybe Joker fell off a bit.
I don't think Joker fell off at all.
Yeah,
Joker is stupider than he was.
I mean, his best, in my opinion, his best custom variation is still just variation 2.
Yeah, and it's that stupid.
I mean, how could you said he got stupider? I don't see how that could happen.
He
with
got
Joker.
stupider because Ace of Knaves had bad matchups, and now you can sit there and just like customize
just
to.
imagine Ace of Knaves with a low fucking back shot or something.
Yeah, like you could swap out.
That's something.
You could swap out. You could still have the Jack in the Box, and then now you can grab something else if you don't want the anti-air fucking Jack in the Box thing. Which there would be matches where you'd want to drop that. There are. I could see certain matchups where you take that out and swap it for like low gunshot or the parry or something. I could see matches swapping that out.
Yeah, I can see some matchups, but I still think it's the best build because he has combos in the corner with jumping jets or the anti-air one. If you amplify that's a free combo, and he has probably the best setups in the game. Actually, no, not the best setups.
Well, but that's how I justify that he's better. Is that before you were stuck with that build and it did have counterplay, it did have bad matchups, but now you don't have to worry about that. You could keep that build and keep what makes that build good and add a move here and there to counter your bad matchups. And now Joker doesn't have that problem. So that, in my opinion, that means Joker's better. Because he doesn't have to worry about those bad matchups. That's an improvement.
Yeah, I guess.
I can agree with that.
You know, like I think every character, I think the with the ultimate update, it didn't shake up the tier list in the sense that like, okay, like the top tiers are still top tier and like we're adding 2 or 3 characters to it. I think it was like a bigger shakeup than that because the top tiers are still viable. I wouldn't go so far as saying the top tiers are still the best in the game. I think it's too early to say because people are still playing MK11 as if we're not in ultimate. Like, people are still using a lot of their bad MK11 habits and, like, play styles. And it's like, yo, dude, this is a new game. There's more shit. Like, people still mash down pokes, you know? Like,
Balls that.
You can't... Go ahead.
Sorry for cutting you, but I don't agree with that statement. I think many people evolve with and are playing MK11 Ultimate rather than MK11 Aftermath.
I think that at the higher level, people are starting to evolve, but even I still find myself doing some bad habits. Like, that muscle memory is going to be hard to shake. You can't just flip a switch and turn it off.
Badger.
What's up?
Speaking of Ultimate and all that shit, you know, I was wondering one thing that we were talking about in the server a couple days ago, and I saw you use it in King of the Hill, is Melina, just trying to like steer the conversation a little bit more towards Ultimate, is the side slide move. What are you finding that? Why are you using that?
I don't use it anymore. I actually dropped it for a low psi.
I'm going to actually step out of this so I can watch my football game. Thanks for having me and still buff Aaron Black.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, ATL. I appreciate it. Impromptu guest. But
yeah, if you don't want to steer this conversation more towards like the new characters, Melina and all that, like that's fine. I understand, but
No. This is fine.
Get into that.
No, that's definitely something to discuss. And, you know, I just kind of like to let the conversation flow wherever it wants. But the reason, so with low psi, the problem I had with Melina is that she's very, very unsafe, and I wanted to find a way to make her safe. And low psi seemed like a good compromise, but the problem is low psi was too much of a gimmick. Like, once people know that you can just forward dash on reaction and blow her up for a full combo, and that was just happening every time. Like, I was never getting psi slide out for the purpose that I wanted it to, so I just didn't use it. So I was like, all right, fuck this move, because it's not doing why I equipped it. It's kind of a gimmick. Like, it's fake. And so there's no reason to use it. So I went with low psi, because at least I can have what psi slide does in certain matchups. Like, obviously against Sub-Zero, you can make it slide, you can make it everything safe. So low psi with the pushback, if you space it right, or if you use it properly, it's like what, minus 13 or something like that. So not every character can punish it if you space it right. And so
isn't it kind of like Joker's Jack in the Box, to where there's a gap while they're throwing it?
No, the second one comes out too fast if you do it. I think you can kind of halfway delay it, but I'm not sure. But I don't think you could jump in between the two shots. I think it jails you.
No, I'm talking about side slide. So if you do, like, whatever, 1-1 side slide.
It's not real. It's a gimmick. You'll get punished.
Right. Okay. So it's not really safe.
Yeah, it's not. It's safe on block if you don't meter burn it. If you meter burn it, then they can dash in and punish you. The idea with the meter burn is to catch them trying to press after the side slide. And then you meter burn to catch their attempt to press buttons afterwards. But then if they decide to hold the block, you get punished. But the idea is that you use side slide. So you do 1-1 side slide, and then basically that's safe, because all of your options after 1-1 are unsafe. So basically your options with 1-1 is stop pressing buttons or take a huge risk. Whereas with side slide, it was like, okay, I could either just do 1-1 and then block, or I can do 1-1 and an unsafe option if I want to, take a risk, or I can do 1-1 side slide and then I'm safe. But if they tried to press after my 1-1, I can get a hit, and it just ends up not working like that, because side slide is so slow that you could easily forward dash, jab, bam. Like, if you know they have side slide equipped, as soon as you see her like kind of duck, like she, because she ducks down and then twists in place. Right. As soon as you see that, you just hit forward jab. Or like if you're like Kung Lao, like you have a good mid, it's just forward 1. Like you're getting checked. If I see that move equipped, I know that as soon as you go for it, it's a guaranteed punish. It's a gimmick. It only works on people that have never seen it before. Whereas at least low psi, I can do a gimmick, a guessing game, because low psi amplified is not reactable. So I can do low psi and then not amplify it, and there's a good possibility that you don't punish it because you're looking for the amplify. But that's a trick that only works so many times, because if I don't amplify it ever, you're going to start a smart player is going to be like, oh, he never amplifies. Fuck you, I'm punishing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think Melina, she kind of just has, like, 2 builds. I think there's really only two or three things you can do with that character. You either have her built like I have her built. Like, pretty much everybody's grabbing extended strings and command grab. And that if you're not grabbing those, then whatever you're doing with Melina isn't very good. Like, she has to have extended strings and command grab. And then, like, it depends on what your third move you want to be.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. The extended strings online, I don't know about. Offline, I mean, I don't know about it.
Extended strings, the only reason why you pick extended strings is to be able to combo off a forward 4-3, to have that special cancelable. And that's only because her jump-ins whiff without that. So every jump-in, she has a good jump, and she has a good jump too. And if you jump in, like most people are trying to do jump 2 and then 2-3-3, that shit whiffs on the second hit of 2-3-3, because if you hit 2, she does 2 side swipes. The second hit of that whiffs, and they can punish that off of a jump in. If you do a jump in 3-4, the second hit whiffs, and they can punish you off of your jump in. That doesn't combo. The only thing that I found that combos guaranteed every time is forward 4-3. So basically, without forward 4-3, you don't have a consistent, reliable jump in combo. Everything else has whiffing issues.
I mean, just do forward 4. Just forward 4.
I mean, yeah, you could do forward 4, but then you're not getting a 3-hit hit confirm. Forward 4 is not an easy hit confirm to just do that.
It's still hit confirmable. You can still do it.
You can, but like, why? Like, what? Okay, what move would you take over extended strings? Like, most of her shit is like kind of gimmicky and situational. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take air teleport instead of extended strings. Fucking why? Oh, I'm gonna take invisibility instead of extended strings. Again, fucking why? Like there's no reason to not have that. Because if you're saying I'm not going to take extended strings, then that means you're taking 3 moves that aren't extended strings, and I can't see 3 moves that are better than extended strings. Like, you could take 2 other moves and then throw extended strings in there. Like, why wouldn't you?
There's command grab, low psi, and air psi. I've been seeing those that build.
I mean, if you kind of want to have like a bootleg zoning variation, but air psi I think is pretty weak. It's you're not getting combos off of that thing without getting an air to air or spending 2 bars, and like it's not like people are jumping like as much as you would think to be fishing for air psi. I mean, Liu Kang has the same shit with his air fireball. He could fish for big ass damage off of that, but you don't see Liu Kang's doing it because people don't really jump like all that often. Like, yeah, I know anti-airing is hard and people do jump a lot more than normal, but it's not like Marvel vs. Capcom where you're spending the whole match in the air, so it would make sense to equip the air fireball that you could combo off of. Like, you could just get the same damage doing an air-to-air jump too.
I'm just saying it's an option. I'm not saying that it's bad or anything.
Well, I'm not saying, I'm not arguing that it's an option. I'm saying that none of her options are better. Like, there's no reason to not take it. There is no combination of 3 moves that you could equip, in my opinion. There is no combination of 3 moves that are so powerful as those 3 moves so as to not drop something and take extended strings instead. Like, give me one build that doesn't use extended strings that's better than a build with extended strings. Because I would love to test it out. I just can't find one. I could see dropping command grab. I could see dropping every other move that she's got, but I can't see dropping extended strings. Because otherwise she has no jumping. Damn, y'all got quiet off of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, man. It's just in my opinion, it's just opinion based. Like, if you like that, and obviously you're gonna pick that. If you like something else, like if you want to go gimmicky on some people, you're gonna pick side slide or vanish. It's obviously just opinion based.
Well, yeah, you can always go gimmicky weird shit. Like, you can build a goofy ass build, but I'm saying if you're trying to play that character to the best of her ability, like it's not really a choice. Like, you kind of have to have the extended strings and to some extent the command grab. You could make her work without the command grab if you want to go for like a zonier build. But even in a zony build, you still kind of want extended strings because like even zoners need to jump in sometimes. Most people think zoning, and this is like the thing is like people think zoning is just run away and throw projectiles the whole match, and I'm like, dude, when has a zoner ever won shit doing that? Like, even if you're a zoner, you still want to attempt to jump in if they're being predictable in the neutral. And when you attempt that jump in, do you really want your jump in combo whiffing and you getting punished off of landing the hit? Like, without extended strings, that's always a threat that you're going to get punished off your own combo.
Okay, I think we've talked enough about Molina, and we kind of get the picture. What do you guys think about Rambo and Rain?
Well, I've already discussed Rain. He's fucking stupid and broken.
Okay, well, step up.
I mean, I haven't touched him yet. I've only played against him, so I might not be the best person to ask. But his arsenal of mids is pretty good.
You talking about Rain or Rambo?
Rambo.
I think Rambo's good. I don't think he's as good as Rain. I think he's better than Molina.
I mean,
So you think Melina's the worst?
Melina is the worst of the three.
She's the worst of the
Yeah,
three, but
this-
that doesn't
this
mean
is
she's
the-
bad. I don't think she's bad. I just don't think she's
Right.
as good as Rain and
Yeah.
Rambo.
No one's
Okay.
saying she's bad. We're just saying she's worse than.
Actually, a
the
lot of
other
people are
two.
saying she's bad. Most Molina players are saying that she's low tier, which I don't agree with. I think anybody that says Molina's low tier and like unplayable is stupid.
Well,
I
everybody
mean,
just
most
wants to think
Molina
they're really
players
good
are
with their
follow
tier.
stands better. Are you really gonna trust people?
Well, I look at a lot of Molina
Go on.
players like Scorpion players. Like, to me, Molina and Scorpion are kind of interchangeable. Like, Molina has, like, the most obnoxious fanboys, like Scorpion players, that just, like, they're not satisfied unless Molina's, like, the most bestest character in all of fighting games in the world. But, like, I've heard, like, Molina players, like, requesting Forward 1 be a mid. And I'm like, are you serious? Forward 1 was a mid in MKX. And it was broken. Like, you want to bring that shit back to fucking MK11 to where she could just oppress you with Forward 1 staggers and you have to block? Like, there's no way to counterplay it? Like, get the fuck out of here, Molina players. You're fucking idiots. But, like, I think
That
Rambo...
should remind-
Go ahead.
One thing, this probably isn't even close to an easy comparison, but when people Molina's for one to be a mid, it just reminds me of Sub-Zero players wanting back 3 to be 11 frames and back 1 to be a mid.
I would be fine with back 1 being a mid and back 3 being 11 frames if he didn't have the overhead. Sub-Zero can't
I
have a
mean,
good
yeah,
mid
but
as long as that overhead exists. Like, that's just how I
What do you
feel.
guys think about that new throw crushing blow with the 10 seconds on the ground?
I think that's bullshit.
I think it's kind of
Honestly,
dumb, but, like, I don't know. I think it's just too random. Like, too much shit counts as, like, being out of the, like, in the air. Like, Molina has strings that, like, you just can't use if you want to use that crushing blow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's only Molina. Rambo doesn't have them, from what I've tested. Other than maybe back DT4. I'm gonna have to test that later.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of a cool mechanic to experiment with, but I don't know that is, like, I would rather have the normal crushing blow requirements of missing a throw tech than that. Just because it's so random when it comes out. Like,
Yeah, I've been like other than Spawn, because I think Spawn's crushing blow is already hard to get, and it's perfect for the risk you take and for the reward you get of being in the corner and then having to get it. That I think that's a perfect crushing blow requirement for that kind of move. But for Shao Kahn or for Rambo or Molina, I think or any other character, personally, I think it's just better if it's a punish or counter on a roll.
yeah, I think they should have made it not blocking instead of not jumping. Like, if you can go 10 seconds without getting knocked down or without jumping, or without blocking, I mean, I think that would be a lot cooler. Because then there's more of a mind game of keeping track of, like, yo, this guy's been pressuring me for a long-ass time, and he's been in my face rushing me down. He's got to be keeping track of the 10 seconds. That grab's got to be coming, right? Whereas right now, it's like, especially with Molina, like, you never know. It's like, oh, did he do forward 4-3 in the past 10 seconds? I can't remember. Like, who's going to keep track of that, you know, on offense or defense? Like, I don't even think the Molina player is keeping track of, oh, I haven't done one of my 5 strings that invalidates this in the past 10 seconds. Let me go for the grab. I made it a habit to just hold the grab button every time I do a forward grab just in case it's loaded. And that's kind of like all I've seen people use it, is just might as well attempt it if I have it loaded, but nobody actively tries to set it up.
As a Rambo player, I don't know if I'm getting it. I'm just gonna spend it if I have it. I honestly couldn't care less if 10 second pass or 10-second didn't pass. I'm not counting that in my head.
Yeah, exactly. That's how people are using that crushing blow, is like, just, well, I'm going to hold the button down, and if I have the crush, then it's going to go, and if I don't, whatever. But, like, I don't know of anybody that's, like, actively, like, fishing for it or setting it up. I think that it was a nifty thing to experiment with, but in practice, it has very few tactical applications outside of just option selecting the crushing blow every time you grab.
Well, another thing is, if you're starting your throw game, I mean, a grab has like 3 or 4 seconds by itself that of just the animation being played. So if you can like double grab them and you've been on the ground for like 2 or 3 seconds, that second grab will probably come out with the crushing blow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Uh,
again, like,
there's
go ahead.
there's something I've been experimenting with Rambo. It's a snare trap, and I'm trying to find a way to guarantee the fourth throw crushing blow after a
Mm-hmm.
combo. And the most I've come up with is uh, 3-3 snare trap, teabag a little bit until the last ring of them before dropping. Fourth three, back 3-2-1, command grab meter burn. Uh, teabag a little, down one, and then fourth throw, and maybe you're gonna get it, but you're still doing a down one. If they block it, you lose your turn, and if they don't block it, then it's still a guess on if they're gonna duck or not.
Well,
Just a
and I mean,
consistent
on
is what
Wake Up, if they did an up three, like, you get knocked down and now you lost it.
up threes don't knock you down.
Oh, yeah, that's
Up
right. That's
threes,
right. No, I mean, up two. Up two. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Like, you're still running the risk of them doing, like, an up two and you getting knocked down, or them doing a roll. I mean, yeah, down one on Wake Up is going to blow up an up two, but then they could just short hop and do a short hop attack. Like, there's counterplay to it. I don't know if I would say that it's a guaranteed setup.
what I wanted to lab is if someone does a resound, because it says if if you're knocked down, not if you're right. So maybe if Spawn does like his combo and ends at a restand, and then maybe you can do like a block something. He loses a turn, you do forward row, and it's
No,
crushing blows. But
I don't
maybe I
think
don't
it'll
know. I'm
work
gonna have to
because I
lab
think
that
a
later.
juggle state counts towards the knockdown. I think if you get put into a juggle state, the game considers you knocked down. And then whether or not they restand
Maybe.
you. I don't know
I'm
that
gonna
it would
try it
come
out
out
right
after
now.
restands. I don't know. It'd be something I'd lab. Because then against those characters with those long ass combos that end in restands, like Spawn or Cabal, like, that would actually be a pretty viable thing to do. That would actually be pretty tight. Is like Spawn fucking combos you into the restand, and then on his plus frames, just like, fuck you, crushing blow grab. That would be a hype moment to see that in a match. You guys still there? We're pretty
Yeah.
much at the end of the podcast. We're at an hour and a half. Let's go ahead. ATL's not here, but give your shout outs for your social
It
media.
doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't work? Yeah, I figured it wouldn't.
No, it doesn't.
I figured
Yeah.
it
So if
wouldn't.
you guys want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter depclop_FGV or FGC. When I made my Twitch, I typoed it, so it's FGV. But on Twitter, it's depclop_FGC.
All right, and are you going to be streaming more anytime soon?
I don't have a setup like that. I just do it for fun. So you'd be able to hear my voice, but I don't have the cam on or anything like that. But yeah, that's something I enjoy doing. So look out for that for sure.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out to the podcast. Hopefully we can get you on more. And
Thanks for having me.
thanks to ATL. I know ATL's like got us on in the background, but thank you for coming out. Want to get you on more. And as always, you guys know where to follow Cabal Sack. If you're not already following Cabalin, where can they follow you?
On Twitter, the tag is @caballing1.
Make sure you follow Cabal Sack. He posts a lot of tech on Twitter. He's very active on Twitter. Hopefully one day we'll get him streaming on his own. But he does help out a lot with the channel, so everybody give him some love and respect.
Badger, should we announce it to the YouTube people?
No, we'll announce it later. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with us, and yeah, that would be our podcast for today.
All right. Y'all have a good Rest of the
All right,
day.
man. See you later.
Smoke weed every day, gentlemen.